Ladies and gentlemen, youth, boys and girls, you've probably heard many stories about the war in Syria and the refugees' journey to Europe. But I would like to share with you my own perspective. How I did manage to live my life during the war. What kind of life hacks and tricks did I use? What did I do to be able to forget reality, even for a moment? I remember my family and other older people used to tell me about their university period, how lovely it is to be a student, to meet great people, to develop skills and interest. But when the time became for my generation to start building our own future, our country was ruined. Yes, at the same period of time that we supposed to live our best years, war hit our country, Syria. My family told me from an older age that I have to respect the people no matter in what they believe or how do they look like. And the only thing that matters, that they are human, that we can communicate with each other. Many people in Syria, they are raised on the same values. I ask myself, how could these people survive the war without doing something terrible to other people? My family and I were living in Jaramana. It's a lovely city. It got open because it have open mentality and youth lovely life and celebration. But because of the war, my family had to move out, and I was left alone in that house. After they moved out, electricity became a treasure. 3 hours off and 3 hours off because of the war. And when it's off, I could not study, work, read, nor cook or watching movies. I got so frustrated. I end up sitting in a dark room, alone, staring at the walls, doing literally nothing. Trying to get myself out of my loneliness by opening my Facebook on my phone to see the news and these things. But I wasn't doing it any better. I was making it even worse. You may ask me why or how. Well, and every time I opened my Facebook, I saw people outside Syria, not only Syrians, no, other people around my age, celebrating their youth, studying, traveling, having fun, doing what normal people do around that age. Of course, this world have seen many wars. But in our digital age, we don't only experience the war in our country, but we also experience, from a distance, the peace in other countries. So I needed a way to get out from that place. And after a while, I found a way to overcome my frustration. I prefer to call it the electricity trick. Well, everyone in Syria knows when the electricity is off in one part of the city, it's on in the other part. So when it's off in my house, I would go to one of my friends who lived in the other part of the city. And after enjoying 3 hours of electricity at his place, we would go to other friend's house who lived in other part of the city. And just like this, we got 24 hours of electricity, and we have the chance to get some fresh air. And you may say it was a really good exercise to do every day. Traveling to the university became the longest part of my day. A bus trip that is supposed to be in half an hour became 3 and 4 hours trip because of the checkpoints and the traffic. And my city was a shelter for the people who escaped from the ruined cities around it. So that means many more and more people are trying to get the bus and waiting for it. And while we are waiting for the bus, we have to pay attention to the skies. And also we have to get our ears. Hopefully it's not a bomb's whistles. But after waiting, the bus finally came. And after being pushed people and stuck between the crowded people, I'm finally in the bus. But also sitting in the bus for hours without doing anything, I tried to get my mind out of that scene by looking outside the bus's window. All what I was seeing is ruined cities, streets divided by blocks, guns, weapons, everywhere we look. Things that we never used to watch it before. Even my heartbeat sounded slow and annoying in a way. But after a while, also, I found a way to shorten up my journey. by getting quicker to the bus, not earlier, no, quicker. How do I do that? I call this one the old lady trick. I would search for an old lady who seemed to be tired and in need for help. And I will go to her and speak with her and explain to her that we have the same problems, that you need to go to your work or to your home, and I need to get to my university at the time. After explaining to her, she will follow me, and we will go together to one of the many soldiers. They are based on the checkpoint. After explaining to the soldier what this old lady is feeling, he will always ask me to help her and to wait with her. And when the bus came, and before it arrived to the crowded people, the soldier will force the driver to stop and tell him that he has to put this lady in his bus. And of course, that's my turn where I help the old lady to get on the bus and take that tiny chance to find a seat and sit. And by this way, I got the chance to help the old lady and to get myself a seat and being on time to my university. Coming back from my university to home, I have to take 2 buses and sometimes to walk through old Damascus. Well, I like to walk because somehow I'm connected to old Damascus, and even with the war, I can still smell the jasmine smell with the Arabic coffee and the soft sound of old songs coming out from an old radio. These things give me peace to myself. It's really refreshing for me. And while passing from there, there's a park in old Damascus where people, young people from many different areas and backgrounds, gathering there to play music, to sing, and also for lovers to express their love. I noticed that that place is not the only place where people can gather up. It may surprise to you, but even the discotheques and the bars in Damascus, up until today, they are open. Every day there is a party in Syria. And every time I entered a party, I felt it like it's an island. Once I entered, I'm disconnected from what's happening outside. Not just me, no. All the people that they are inside the party, they were forgetting what dividing us out there. And we were celebrating what united us inside. War doesn't stop on killing and destruction, no. War kills also the dreams and passions. For us as a youth, the discotheques and the bars was like a shelter for us, a place where we can take from it strength and energy to wake up every morning and face the many versions of war. When I had exams, I didn't have the time to go back and forth to my university. So I needed a place where it's close to my university, and there's electricity, and also I can study in it, and of course, friends. One of the many places in Damascus that got electricity is the big library, or Damascus University Library. And from its name, it's obviously only for Damascus University students. I belong to another one. But my friend and I found a way to enter that library. And once I entered there, I discovered all what my family used to tell me about their university period. How lovely it is. I saw students everywhere in that library, some of them studying over there, some of them joking over them, some of them playing over there, and some also sleeping. For me, surrounded by these people, who they do the same as I do to survive the war, for me it's felt like I'm home. After all these ways and all the talks that I told you, I was just trying to live normal in non-normal situation. And I'm just one guy from Syria. Every day in Syria, there's more and more people developing and creating a new life hacks to survive the war, to feel normal. But for me, the time was running out from me. I knew that when I finish my education, I will end up even holding a weapon in the army or being killed. So I took a chance, or maybe a choice. I can say it, a choice. It's a really hard choice to leave my parents, to leave my friends, to leave that place where all my memories in it. But here today, I'm standing in front of you, learning a new language, meeting new great people, and not forgetting the values that my parents used to tell me about. And most of all, working too hard to become a filmmaker. Because for me, visualizing peace is way much important than just speaking about it. Thanks.